Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're completely reframing how you think about your body and, well, your future. Think about it. We treat our careers, our savings, our stock portfolios with such meticulous care and long-term planning, right? But what about the physical vessel that actually carries you through all of it? Managing your health is, without a doubt, the absolute most critical business investment you're ever going to make. So today, we're pulling some incredibly fascinating insights from Kunihiro Nishizawa. He's the former editor-in-chief of Nikkei Health, to uncover the real science behind invisible aging.
Okay, let's dive right into this. You only have about 2 weeks to get away with being reckless in your youth. Now, that's not just some catchy phrase. That is actually based on hard research by Dr. Hayano at Keio University. I mean, we all know that feeling of youthful invincibility, don't we? Pulling all-nighters, eating total junk food, and somehow bouncing right back the next day like it was nothing. But as the science shows, that invincibility actually has a strict 2-week expiration date. Literally, if you push your body's circadian rhythm and dietary limits past that 2-week mark, you actually start accumulating permanent, lifelong scarring on your DNA. Crazy, right?
So it begs the question, when should anti-aging actually begin? The standard assumption for most of us is that aging is a problem for our 50s or 60s. We look at our health screenings in our 20s and 30s, see that nothing's critically wrong yet, and we just kind of brush it off. But true health literacy, it requires immediate action. Listen, if you wait until you actually feel your body sort of rusting in middle age, you've already missed the absolute most lucrative compounding window of your entire life.
Which brings us to Section 1, the paradigm shift, treating your health as a biological asset. Think of it like this. If we treat your body like an investment portfolio, every single meal and every single hour of sleep is either a deposit or a withdrawal. The decisions you're making today directly dictate your cognitive performance, your productivity at work, and even your physical appearance tomorrow. But how do we actually measure this asset? Well, there is a scientifically proven correlation between looking older on the outside and experiencing accelerated biological aging on the inside. So those people who look remarkably young for their age, they aren't just blessed with great skin. Their internal organs, their cardiovascular system, their cellular biology, it's all likely just as youthful. And conversely, outward signs of premature aging are literally a warning light flashing on your dashboard, telling you that your internal biology is degrading fast. Moving on to Section 2, the high-yield portfolio, specifically the longevity diet. To figure out exactly what dietary assets yield the most life extension, we can look at some massive global data from the World Health Organization's Global Burden of Disease study. This study tracked exactly what dietary choices perform best over a lifetime. And wow, if you make these staples a priority starting at age 20, the return on investment is absolutely massive. For men, heavily incorporating beans into your diet adds a staggering 2.5 years to your life. Whole grains, they give you an extra 2.3 years, and nuts add a solid 2 years. The best part? These aren't expensive, exotic superfoods. They are incredibly simple, frankly unglamorous staples that provide the absolute highest measurable ROI in life extension globally. But hey, just like any good financial portfolio, you've got to diversify. In places like Japan, the standard diet is naturally very rich in soybeans, which are fantastic proteins. But to truly maximize your returns, you need active diversification. So go beyond just soybeans. Include things like azuki beans. Incorporate whole grains like brown rice or granola, which surprisingly are often totally missing from standard dietary guidelines. And finally, eat a handful of nuts every single day. Just a mere handful is enough to significantly lower your disease risk without completely overloading on calories.
All right, on to Section 3, asset protection, the science of sleep and light. This kind of asset protection is particularly crucial for ambitious young professionals. You know the type. The ones who often wear sleep deprivation and totally chaotic schedules like some kind of badge of honor. To understand why that's a terrible idea, let's quickly break down your mechanical, daily hormonal cycle. Step 1 is morning sun exposure. When sunlight hits your eyes in the morning, it triggers Step 2, melatonin suppression. Basically, your body stops producing the sleep hormone, and that paves the way for Step 3, a massive serotonin boost. This naturally shifts your biology into a highly active, high-performance state. It's literally your biological clock resetting perfectly in sync with the Earth's natural rhythm.
But here is the catch. Disrupting this biological rhythm causes severe cellular stress and permanent DNA damage. When you constantly pull all-nighters, do shift work, or aggressively jump across time zones, you are shattering this clock. It acts exactly like a massive market crash, but for your cellular health.
Remember Dr. Hayano's 2-week rule we talked about at the beginning? Well, if you break this rhythm for more than 2 weeks, the damage stops being just temporary fatigue. It becomes permanent DNA scarring.
Next up, Section 4, the hidden taxes, compounding damage. You know how in investing, hidden fees quietly just eat away at your wealth? Well, in biology, modern habits do the exact same thing. They multiply to create compounding damage that slowly drains our health portfolios over time. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it plays out physically. If you get a good night's sleep and step into strong UV sunlight, your skin utilizes its normal defenses. No big deal. But if you have short sleep and expose yourself to those exact same UV rays, your sleep-deprived skin severely overreacts. The cellular stress compounds, which vastly accelerates visible aging, wrinkles, and sunspots. However, I need to add a crucial caveat here. Warning, zero sun exposure means zero vitamin D. With the whole rise of anti-aging awareness, some people are taking it to the extreme and completely blocking out the sun with umbrellas and long sleeves 24/7. But listen, vitamin D isn't just a vitamin. It is actually an essential steroid hormone that is absolutely critical for your systemic health. So you have to strike a balance. Try to expose at least the palms of your hands to the sun for just a few minutes a day to ensure your body can synthesize this incredibly vital asset.
Okay, let's define another massive drain on your biological portfolio, the inflammation tax. Neglecting your health, mostly through eating bad food and getting poor sleep, causes high cellular inflammation in your 20s. Now, you might not feel it at all right now, but this specific type of inflammation directly triggers memory and cognitive decline by the time you hit middle age. So you are literally bankrupting your future cognitive abilities just to pay for today's bad habits. Not a great trade-off, is it?
And here is a pretty surprising piece of data to wrap your head around. The carb tax. Look, we all know overloading on carbohydrates can definitely affect your waistline, but the science shows it physically damages your vision as well. Yeah, high carbohydrate intake is directly linked to an increased risk of myopia, basically nearsightedness. So your daily dietary choices are quite literally impacting the very lenses through which you see the world.
And finally, our conclusion. Activating your portfolio today. So what does this all mean, and how do we tie it all together? The science of anti-aging isn't just about vanity. It's about maintaining a high-performance vessel for a successful, vibrant life. And the dividends of taking action now, they compound over a lifetime. Day one of this investment strategy is today. Seriously, if you wait until you actually feel old to start eating whole grains, snacking on some nuts, and protecting your circadian rhythm, your potential ROI will have severely decreased. The window for absolute maximum returns is open for you right now. I want to leave you with this really powerful realization. Today is the youngest you will ever be. The clock is ticking, and the market of your biology is officially open. So, based on everything we've uncovered in this explainer, I want you to stop and ask yourself right now, what are you actually going to choose to eat for dinner tonight? And exactly what time are you going to force yourself to go to bed? The choice is entirely yours. Keep learning, keep investing in yourselves, and we'll see you next time.